I also stand to support the resolution brought in by the Honourable Member Charles Marangar, MLA, that this House do now resolve to oppose the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code in the state. So the Uniform Civil Code, or in short the UCC, is a concept that proposes the unification of personal laws across all religions in our country. In India, where diverse religious and cultural practices coexist, implementing a UCC has been a topic of considerable debate and discussion. But, however, let us consider the pros and cons of the UCC in terms of addressing the debate. What are the pros and cons? I will go straight to the disadvantages. So, the threat to minority rights. Opponents of the UCC argue that it could undermine the rights of religious minorities, as it might seek to impose a uniform set of laws on diverse religious communities. So, India's cultural and religious diversity is a fundamental aspect of its identity, and some argue that the UCC could erode this diversity and infringe upon the rights of minority communities to practice their faith and follow their customs. So point number 2 is the cultural sensitivity and identity. India's social fabric is woven with diverse cultural practices and traditions, which are often intertwined with religion. Implementing a UCC could be seen as a threat to this cultural sensitivity and individual identity, as it might require some individuals to conform to a uniform legal framework that may not align with their cultural practices and beliefs. So there are the challenges of implementation, sir. How do you implement a UCC in India, where present significant challenges due to the country's vast population and diversity? See, these are potential logistical hurdles would make the implementation process complex and time-consuming. Another disadvantage, which is very important to note, is the potential for social unrest. The potential for social unrest. Given the deep-rooted religious and cultural sensitivities in India, the introduction of UCC could potentially trigger social unrest and conflicts. Opponents argue that attempts to oppose a uniform set of laws could be perceived as an encroachment on religious freedom and lead to polarization and communal tensions. So, in conclusion, sir, I want to add now that since this is such a complex and contentious issue, while a UCC holds the promise of promoting equality, social justice, and national integration, its potential disadvantages include threat to minority rights, which I mentioned earlier. Any attempt to implement a UCC should involve extensive consultation, consensus building, and an emphasis on safeguarding the principles of secularism, diversity, and individual rights. Therefore, sir, ultimately, striking a balance between uniformity and diversity is essential for any meaningful progress towards a more just and inclusive legal system in India. So with these few words, I conclude by supporting the resolution moved by the group of Charles Marna. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.